If you're thinking about moving to our area, you're probably wondering, Reno versus Sparks, what is the difference? So stay with me, I'm gonna tell you all about that. Reno and Sparks are two neighboring cities that are both located in Washoe County. They're actually the only incorporated cities within our county, and they're often referred to as the Twin Cities because of their close proximity. Reno is the larger of the two, especially if we're looking at population. Reno's population is just over 250,000, whereas Sparks is just over 100,000. Reno is known for its vibrant downtown center and its many casinos, whereas Sparks is known for the industrial parts of town and really good shopping and family-oriented fun. Reno is Nevada's third largest city and Sparks is Nevada's fifth largest city. Reno is home to UNR, University of Nevada, Go Wolfpack, as well as the National Automobile Museum, where you can go and check out all of Hera's classic car collection. It's insane, you guys. I don't even like cars, and I love going there. Sparks is home to the Sparks Marina Park. I'm gonna touch on that later, but that's one of my favorite places in our area. It's this huge marina that's been developed. There's kids' playgrounds, there's outlet shopping, there's actually a brand new casino, there's a movie theater, lots to see and do over there. We'll get back into that shortly. Reno is more of a nightlife destination, where I would consider Sparks to be more of a family-oriented destination. Luckily, the two are neighboring, so you can have the best of both worlds depending on where you live in the city. Both offer many activities and attractions for visitors and residents alike to enjoy. The good news is that when you live here, the two really do become kind of one and the same because they are neighboring. Many people live in Reno or work in Sparks or vice versa. There's a lot of crossover between the two cities. The cost of buying real estate in either city is actually very comparable depending on which neighborhoods you are looking at. For example, I technically live in Reno, but because of where my neighborhood is within Reno, I actually do all my grocery shopping and errands in Sparks because it's just closer than anything in Reno to where I live. While there are a lot of varieties of different kinds of neighborhoods in either city, I would say in general, Sparks is a little bit more family friendly than Reno. A lot of families prefer neighborhoods like Spanish Springs, which is out on Pyramid Highway, away from the downtown and the hustle and bustle. There's a lot of shopping out there, there are a lot of amenities, there's some great restaurants, and there are some really desirable schools. So that is becoming a very desirable place for families to live. If you are thinking about moving to Spanish Springs, one thing you are definitely gonna have to account for is rush hour. Guys, this is something that was not a factor when I first moved to this area. There was no such thing. In fact, we used to joke about Reno rush hour because it frankly didn't exist. And that couldn't be further from the truth now. If you are gonna live out that way or in several other kind of more satellite neighborhoods, you're gonna wanna account for the potential 45-minute commute that could take place if you are traveling at certain times of day. It's not impossible, it's totally capable of being navigated, but you are gonna wanna plan ahead and sort of learn the patterns of traffic coming to and from that area. As I was mentioning before, Sparks is also home to the marina, which is literally, I think, the coolest thing. We're in this desert climate and there's this huge waterfront that's totally been developed. It is sourced from a natural aquifer, so the water source itself is natural. However, it has been developed with a bunch of man-made features such as beachfront areas with volleyball courts. They also have a playground which was freshly redone this last year, so that's all new. There is a bike path that goes all the way around the marina, so you'll see in the summertime lots of families and kids riding bikes, doing roller skating, blading, whatever, walking dogs. There's a really great dog park where dogs can actually swim in the water at the marina. And on one side of the marina, you also have the Legends shopping outlets. So there's outlet shopping, but within that complex, there are multiple restaurants. There's a brand new casino, Legends Bay Casino. There is a movie theater. There is Shields, which is basically an outdoor adventure recreation store, but they have a huge Ferris wheel inside, and my kids will literally beg me to go to Shields just to ride the Ferris wheel. There's a lot to do and see over there, and it's also home to the row houses. So there's this whole development of beautiful upscale homes in that area that have waterfront access. They have access to their own private docks in some cases, and there are these canals. I mean, honestly, it looks like Venice in some places, but there are all these canals that go through the neighborhoods. It's not uncommon to see people coming out of their homes, hopping on a paddleboard and going for a little lap around the marina, which I just think is so cool. You'll also find a newer upscale restaurant there called Sparks Water Bar. This is the latest of the Tom Turner chain of restaurants. If you are familiar with this area, you may have heard of Garwood's in North Lake Tahoe. He also owns Bar of America in Truckee, and now he's got this Sparks Water Bar where they have all kinds of incredible seafood, and they put on events, and they also serve, of course, their Wet Woody, which is a signature cocktail. Don't have too many of those. And you may also find the Lighthouse Coffee to be desirable. That is a little coffee shop right next door where they have delicious pastries and light fare and, of course, delicious coffee. If you are more keen for nightlife, boutique shopping, and foodie culture, or perhaps a craft cocktail or two, I would recommend that you try to aim for living in Reno. Reno is home to the walkable and therefore very desirable Midtown neighborhood, where you'll find all kinds of eclectic food options, great boutique shopping, lots of public art, murals, sculptures, tons of exciting nightlife. Downtown Reno, which neighbors Midtown, is also walkable. This is more home to our city financial center, also home to all kinds of high-rise condo towers. And I have helped several clients buy and sell homes in these condo towers, all the high rises. They are kind of a niche market, so if you have questions or you're interested in living in a high rise downtown, please reach out to me. There's a link in the description box below where you can book a call with me. This is one of my areas of focus, and I would love to answer any questions you have about the downtown high rises. They're really cool. They're all a little bit different, so it's kind of a nuanced search, but they all, for the most part, if you get high enough up in the building, have really cool views of the Truckee River, the Tahoe Mountains, and all of downtown and beyond. So if you're interested in checking those out, make sure you hit me up. Reno also has a vast variety of single-family real estate, which is where I live. There are lots of neighborhoods like Old Southeast or Old Northwest that are home to some of the more residential neighborhoods that have been a part of Reno's history for decades, as well as many new subdivisions and new construction. So lots of options in Reno as well. If you are thinking about moving to Reno or Sparks and have any more questions about either city or about the home buying or selling process, I would love to be a resource for you. As I mentioned, you can book a free call with me in the description box below. It's no obligation, no strings attached, just an opportunity to connect and see if I may be able to help you get all your questions answered and help you devise a strategy for your next and best steps. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of my upcoming content. I put out videos every single week about the Reno Sparks housing market, the Reno Sparks lifestyle, and all things related to buying and selling real estate. And I will be back next week. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.